the streets again, out of 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 the streets again. Unemployment.
Ghetto living got me peeling rubber, afraid of life struggle, so I'm hiding by mothers, a lover of life, but the price of living then went up. Explain genocides, that's when we won't stand up or die for one another. Secret society, but the truth been uncovered. Smothered lies in the form of puppy brown eyes and thunder thighs. My ghetto infested with disgust and shaky highs. 3.14 equal a pi. Just imagine how it feel when you live in the sky. We all want the dream to live out our fly. When the truth hit hard like blue daggers directed at your eye. In my struggle to bubble, no prayers to the sky. Just determination and drive to get by. Just determination and drive to get by.
Out of the streets again, 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 out of the streets again. Unemployment.
Slugs fly, innocent people die. Mothers cry, eternal souls fry. Leaves on the ground, blood all around. So was blood on the leaves. Could you believe she was only 3 with a beautiful life to achieve? Shattered dreams like a superstar with a blowing ACL. On top of that, half of the ghetto fathers either dead or doing life in jail. Harsh realities in the jungle where we are projected to fail. Now tell me how we supposed to breathe, let alone exhale. When nightmares of a cell is common, when all the drugs in the world won't calm the rumbling in your tummy. Low income, no funds, with whole families on the run. Pressure building like a projectile before we leave or get none. Everybody feel it's running wind now. Even when the sun is still hard to smell now.
Out of the streets again, 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 out of the streets again. Unemployment.
Shattered mirrors with cracks in them. 3-room shacks, just imagine the families that gotta live in them. Leaky roofs, rat traps and bed bugs. Mama struggling so it's hard to get a hug. Uncle Billy gon' die from smoking hugs. Grandma been blind to the truth, but she still showing love. Unto still stealing out her purse just to blow it all on drugs. Ain't no love in the slums where everybody feelings heartless like shots from a brainless gun. It's hard to be optimistic when the pain comes. It's hard to hold it down when the whole family dumb. Loyalty is like weed, it comes and goes. I watch real cats die over bank bros. Time still riding down the dirt road. No matter the struggle, I'm guaranteed to blow.
Out of the streets again, 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 out of the streets again. Unemployment.
Cardiac wristwatch, surrounded in a disco ball.
Man, I don't give a fuck about that.